What's up guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm gonna be fishing with a crazy lure that's been taking the internet by storm, quite honestly, at least the side of the internet that I'm on. I think if you're on the bass fishing side of the internet, you maybe have a little interest in the Japanese fishing lure market. You know what I'm talking about. Boom, it's probably sold out everywhere. You can't get your hands on it. If you haven't already, we got the Geecrack G-Crazy. This is an 18-inch worm, slender profile. I mean, it's like an 18-inch earthworm, guys. Look at the action, you know? I'm just kind of give it a little wiggle up top. Look at the action, y'all. So we're going to be Nico rigging this bad boy. Nico Neko, leave a comment, tell me how to say it. Everyone feels like they need to tell me how to say it anyways. So we're gonna put a nail weight in this, get a little hook on there, a little O-ring action, and see if it can catch fish or not. I really wanna see if it'll catch a big fish, because the number one concerns, comments I've seen from y'all about this lure is, can you even catch a big fish on it? Because the little guys are gonna be pecking at it. Do bluegill peck at it and destroy it before you can even get a fish? What is the hookup ratio like on this worm? And do you gut hook fish a lot by letting them really eat it? So hopefully today I can answer all of those questions for y'all, and hopefully we catch a monster. I'm out here, I'm looking for a PB every time I go fishing, baby. So give me an 8-pounder today, I'll be happy. But let's get it rigged and get fishing. 18-inch worm. Honestly, this thing is just crazy. So anyways, here's the rig. I've got a worm saver ring, a little different from an O-ring, but similar concept, a little bit thicker. But the G-Crazy has a little bit thicker strip of worm in the middle where you can put this ring. And then I've put a little bit of a nail weight that I cut in half. It's just lead, but I just want to give it a little bit of weight for casting and sinking. So we've got a weighted end, and then it's almost like wacky rigging it with a weight on one side. But I'm also, let me see, I gotta do this the right way. Y'all were giving me some tips on this. Okay, people were saying if I hook it this way, kind of like up and facing the line, that when I work it, it's gonna be less weedless, or it'll be more weedless because the hook will be going this way instead of snagging stuff. I don't know. One of the big questions I get about this rig is, what is the hookup ratio like? And I do not know. I'm about to try it out. When I've seen the homeless fisherman use it on YouTube, he does pretty well with it. I've never thrown this thing, but oh my gosh, it's like I'm throwing a snake. Okay, let's try it out. I think this pond's pretty grassy, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And then also I gotta see how weedless this worm is, you know, or not weedless, how durable. Durability is a big question I think a lot of people have on this worm when they see it as well. It's a question I have for sure. Also, big problem that I just realized, I thought I was bringing just my terminal tackle box today. Turns out I brought the other tackle box and did not bring my terminal tackle, so I'm not gonna have any nail weights if I lose the one that is in the worm. I actually brought the O-rings, and I have one extra hook, so we can't break off, and it'd be great if we don't lose the nail weight. Okay, looks weedless on that first cast. Let's send one kind of similar. We're just gonna send a cast right here by this grass line. My plan is when I get a bite, I'm gonna let the fish like kind of take it for a second, maybe a 2-second count of waiting. And then I'm not gonna like set the hook, I'm gonna just kind of lean into it. Walking over to the big fish pond now, this one right in front of me. I mean, it's the biggest pond. It should be able to hold the biggest fish. I don't get as many bites in here, so that's why I'm kind of excited to use this worm, see if it can kind of answer the call, the challenge of catching some of these fish that are a little bit harder to get to bite. Oh yeah. I get to actually see the kind of action we've got now. Y'all probably can't see it, but it does look good. It does look good. I think we're just gonna need the sun to come up a little bit. Got one. Oh, little. But does it catch fish? It does. First G-Crazy bass. Sun is just smoking me in the eyes. Little 6, 7 incher. Back in you go. Worm's good, got the weight in it and everything. Okay. Well, if a little guy can eat it that well, like a micro bass can eat it that well, I'm sure that a big bass can get a hold of it and you're not gonna have a big problem with hook sets. Oh, I got a fish, I think. Yeah, I got one. Hooked up 2 times in a row. This one feels better. Definitely not a monster, but that's a good fish. Good fish, the G-Crazy. Y'all. Hey, it's working. This is so fun. It's just fun catching them on just unique and weird stuff. Like an 18-inch worm, super slender body on the worm. I'm loving this. This is incredible. All right, get back in there. Wow, okay. Got a good thing going. Seems like fish are kind of they're gonna just hang up along this grass line. Water's higher than normal from the rain, so they can come up in this grass and feed, and they're getting pretty active with the cooler fall weather coming in. We're getting a little bit warmer, but this week we had highs of 80 degrees a couple days. That's really, really good. That's a sign that we're actually changing over to fall weather. Today we're back up to like mid 90s for the highs, so that's pretty warm. And I've got another fish. That was I think it's a dink. I'm not gonna, yeah, already dropped it. Perfect. Let's try down here. Let's try on this side. There's a little patch of grass sticking out that caught my eye. But hookup ratio is great. Only 2 that I've set the hook on, I connected really well with them. And I'll give you a full breakdown of the gear I'm using, like the terminal tackle and stuff, a little bit later in the video. Right now I'm just fishing. So, and I don't remember all the brand names. I got the rings off of Amazon. Like, I thought that was something that I could definitely just go cheaper with. And then the nail weights were just already in my tackle box. I am using lead nail weights though, not tungsten. I don't feel like I need tungsten to add a little weight to my worm, especially when I'm, worried about it getting shaken out. Yep, landed on one. And I hooked him. Don't feel big though. Not a bad one, not a bad one. Come on, baby. Actually, bad one. Little guy. Other question I was getting a lot, are they like gonna get gut hooked by you trying to let them eat it? And the answer is no. None of these, I mean, these are some smaller ones. None of them have been gut hooked. Ooh. There might be a risk of getting in a mess though after they're shaking around, fighting that worm and everything. I don't know how many more fish this worm has. I might retire this one because I'm scared of losing my nail weight. Yeah, let's go get a new worm. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get my weight back from this one. If you're wondering, they're in there pretty good. And look, that's all I'm using. I like cut off a piece of a lead weight. I might use more next time now that I kind of know how much weight I need. So I'm gonna take my new worm, and you're gonna go find the thicker middle part and go to the end that's closer. Okay, and that's the end you're gonna put your weight in. And I've been seeing people using these like cool screw lock tungstens and stuff, and like, hey, I want to use those too. I don't really want to pay for them personally. And I already had these lead ones. So a little bit of lead weight in the bottom. And then another thing a lot of people have been saying, like, oh, you don't need that, it's a waste of money, is I did get these O-ring pliers. They came, actually I don't remember, I thought that they came with the O-rings that I got on Amazon. Could be wrong, but it does make your life easier because you just kind of pop these in here, put that little ring around it, and then you kind of just get to spread it out and run the worm through it a lot easier. I mean, if you get a good fitting ring right here, like mine's a little loose, I'm sure some brands make one that fits a little tighter on this worm. Is a 5mm. That's what you need. And we're just gonna take that hook, and it's been pretty weedless so far, so I'm gonna hook it the way I have been, with the hook point facing up. And I am gonna get just a little bit of worm on there as well. Okay, there we go. The G-Crazy rig. I'm just kidding. Just a Neko rig, boys and girls. Just a Neko rig. So we've got 3 fish, like quick with this. Worm is tangled. Okay, worm is untangled. So I'm gonna keep kind of hitting this corner here. Hope that there's a big one. I mean, if there's little guys up in here feeding, hopefully there's a big one somewhere. This just feels like a spot where I'm gonna catch another fish. Been really fighting off the dinks. Been getting tons and tons of bites, but solid ones have been harder to find. That felt better, but he dropped it. Oh, did he? Yeah. No, my first sliced worm. Oh, good. I have the weight end. Okay, so first time that a fish just kind of took my worm on a very light hook set. So worm might have been getting torn up, I don't know, but I do have my weight. So I'm excited about that because I can rig up another worm. I live to fight another day. There's fish. That might be our better fish. I don't know if we're just like up in the grass or what. I see him flopping. No, he's better. He's not crazy, but he's better. What is that? He's actually not even that great of a fish. This is why you wear Crocs. Oh, there he comes. Okay, we're just rocking a wacky rigged worm now. I don't feel as good about this. I feel like this is just meant to kind of be worked on the bottom. I don't know even how this is gonna fall. I'm sure it's gonna get bit. It's gonna be really tough to throw. So I don't know, we'll just go for it. Actually throws about the same, which tells me I probably needed more weight on my other one. I just don't really know how working it's gonna go. Ooh. There's fish. That's fish number 5. God, I mean, like I'm just telling y'all, it's a bite getter. It's a bite getter. This is a little guy. Woo. Number 5. All right, so let's talk about this worm for a second. This video is gonna be more of like a first impressions video. I just kind of wanted to give y'all my opinion on it because this lure is hot right now. This lure's all over the place. It's big on social media. Like I said, the homeless fisherman, Marshall, he had a hand in creating this with Geecrack. Geecrack's a pretty trendy lure company as well, but I do like using their stuff. I love a lot of their other lures, the Bellows Gill, Bellows Shad, their Imokamushi worms, their Q-bombs. They've got some wacky stuff out there that catches fish. That's what I love. It makes fishing fun and interesting. So yeah, let's talk about what I think about this worm after fishing with it today, after catching some fish, after using it, what I think about it. So already, if you are gonna complain about the price of these, that's fine, I get it. But guys, it's a Japanese lure brand, it's innovative stuff, it's unique. Like, it's Geecrack, it's gonna cost a little bit more. So I think these will run you like 11 bucks for a pack of 5. So that price increase. I don't think it's shocking for like what it is. I'm just gonna throw that out there. So a lot of people are gonna be like, well, for how many worms you use and the price and all that. It's different. If you're using the JDM gear in the first place, it's just different. Expect to pay a little bit more. So what do I think this worm is good at? 2 words to describe this lure. We're coming up all day. It is a bite getter. I have fished this pond quite a few times. We're entering a better part of the year, but I've fished this pond a lot. I kind of know this pond. It is a tough pond. I have never come out here and gotten as many bites as I got today in this big pond. It's almost made me rethink the way I think about this pond, because in my head I'm like, okay, this pond has fewer fish, but they're bigger. But today with the G-Crazy, it revealed there's actually a lot of smaller fish in here. Maybe we had a good spawn this spring, I don't know, but this bad boy, it gets bit. You will not be bored throwing it. The whole time I was fishing, probably every 5 casts, I would say it'd be an average of 5 casts is when you got a bite. I was getting bit nonstop. Now, how many of those bites converted into fish? Maybe 5%. It was low, but I was strategically not setting the hook on a lot of them. If I had, you know, infinite worms and more nail weights and more hooks, I might have been swinging a little bit more on these fish. I also was targeting big fish, so I wanted to make sure it was a big fish before I swung on it with this lure. Because I mean, look how thin it is, guys. You just know it's fragile. It's 18 inches, but it's a thin little profile here. So cool. I think it's so cool. I've never seen anything like it. I've seen big worms, but just what this worm offers, it's different. So does it catch big fish? I cannot tell you today with my experience that it's gonna catch it. Like, I can't tell you that it gets big bites more than small bites. I don't really know. I know that there are sizable fish in these ponds. I fished it for about an hour and a half before I lost my 4th worm and didn't want to keep going, and I lost my nail weight. You know, if you watch other people's stuff with it, they catch big fish, bigger fish, better quality. We're not talking like 10 pounders or anything. I'm just saying like 3 to 5 pounders. I've seen this lure catch them. I think that where this would really excel, it reminds me of New Braunfels. It makes me think of when I was in New Braunfels, these clear rivers, clear bodies of water with really big bass that were heavily pressured. Hard to get them to bite, but the bass were big. You'll see the homeless fishermen will fish at Lady Bird Lake in Austin a lot. I fished that lake when I was over there, and yeah, big fish, tough lake, tough to get a bite. I think that we caught 5 fish when I went with my buddy, and we caught a 7, 2 5s or something, and like 2 3s, like insane day on Lady Bird, but I don't think we got another bite, and we fished it for probably 5+ hours. So I just think that this lure is a bite getter. So if you're looking for an alternative to a wacky rig and you want to try out like the Neko rig or the Nico, whatever, it's N-E-K-O. I've called it Nico, and then people get on to me in the comments about it. So is it Nico or Neko? I don't know. But anyways, I think it's a super cool lure. I think it's gonna produce tons of fish. I think we're gonna see a lot of big fish caught on it this year. I think it's a really good lure. Like, a lure is supposed to catch fish, and that's what it does. So yeah, if you're worried about, you know, dealing with the small bites, maybe bluegill pecking at it, maybe, yeah, don't throw it, throw something else. But I had an absolute blast fishing this lure today. It feels like every time I throw it, a big thump could happen. It's one of those lures, like, I just got a lot of confidence in it. It could just be me, but I've got a lot of confidence in this lure, and I'd highly recommend y'all try it out. I think they're sold out everywhere right now because they're just such a hot, I don't know, hot ticket. I'd get like a purple or a pink or something. See if I even got the color on this in English anywhere. Scuppernog. I was throwing the Scuppernog color, so nice. I'd call it like a plum. Scuppernog. I know they got Homeless Magic. That's a really good color too that Marshall throws a lot. But yeah, I had a blast. I'm glad that I got to try these out. These are hard to get a hold of right now, so you better stay on Tackle Warehouse, Discount Tackle, all that stuff. Stay on and watch them, see if they restock or not. But it's a hot lure, and I just wanted to do a little bit of a first impressions with y'all, and then you'll probably see me throwing it just as I go fishing. It's probably what I'll bring instead of, you know, just throwing like a wacky rig or whatever. I'll probably mix this in a good bit when I have my nail weights with me. So guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see me, I don't know, maybe do first impressions of other lures that you've been wanting to try, hit the like button. make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see in future videos, whether you want to just see me go fish and pond hop, or talk about more products, talk about more reels, go kayak fishing, whatever it is. Please leave me a comment. I really enjoy the community aspect of this channel. I enjoy reading y'all's comments. I try to respond to most of them unless you say something ridiculous or I don't know how to respond. So anyways, guys, tight lines. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.